Hey everyone! In this video we're going to be going over coding problem 3.5.3. So in this problem we are told to write a program that iterates through a list of items, and for each item we should attempt to iterate through the item and print each character separately. But if the item for some reason is not iterable, then we just want to print not iterable and just keep going on to the next item of the list. So scroll down a little bit so I have a little bit more space. So if you think about the logic of this, we want to be iterating through given items, which is the list given up at the top, and then try to iterate through each little things in the inside. So what does that sound like? A nested for loop. So first we want to iterate through the given items list. So we can just call it for item in given items. So this is going to go through one by one in each of these items and loop through them. So we want to then iterate through each of the characters in the item. So this is just another for loop. So for, let's call it piece and item. Cool. So, and then we just want to print out the little piece. Piece. Cool. So what if you have an int? So in this case, in given items, we have 3 and 4. Integers are not iterable. So in this case, this would fail. But we want to catch this exception and print not iterable. So that's just another try except. So we can try to loop through the item. And then if you can loop through the item, then perfect. We just print out each piece. However, if it's something that's not iterable, then we have to catch it in except block. So let's just catch any old exception, because it doesn't specify in the problem what exception exactly we're going to be catching. And then we're just going to call it E. And then so in the instructions it says if this second part fails, then print not iterable. So that would be if this try block trying to iterate through the item fails, then we want to just print not iterable. Cool. So this code looks good, so let's just run it and see what it gives us. Cool. So we can just trace through it real fast. So for item and given items, so the first item it's going to look at is the string 1. And then it's going to try to loop through that. So for piece and item, so a string is iterable. So it's going to print out each piece that's iterating through. So it's going to go to one O, the N, and the E. And as you can see, that's what we have over here, the O, N, and E. Okay, so the try executed, so we can skip this whole except block. Now, if we go, now we're going to the second item in the list. So we have 2, the string 2, which is also iterable. So it does exactly the same what it did before, goes into the try, prints out TWO. Skips the except because the try worked. Now, we hit 3, the integer 3. So we try to loop through it, but it throws an error because an integer is not iterable. So this except catches the exception and then executes everything underneath it. So we're just printing not iterable. So here it is, not iterable. Now we're at 4, same thing, integer is not iterable. So it tries to iterate through it, fails, goes into the except, prints not iterable. Now we're at the string 5. So just like 1 and 2, you can iterate through a string. So it goes into the try, it says, oh yes, I can iterate. So it just prints out each piece. So F-I-V-E. Now we have a list within a list. So this list, the last iteration of this big for loop is this list. A list is iterable. So it tries to go in and loops through the list. So it goes in the list and says, oh, the first thing in the list is 6. So it prints out 6. And then it goes in the second thing in the list, 7. So it prints out 7. And then finally it hits the last thing on the list, it's 8, prints out 8. And then except is done. It's not executed because the try worked. So now that we've looped through every single item in the big list, so we're set. So that's the result for coding problem 3.5.3, and good luck.